Good morning and Merry Christmas. Today's scripture passage comes from John's Gospel and the first reading from his first letter. And of course, today we celebrate the feast of the Apostle John. And it is right here, right in the midst of the glow of the Christmas season. And it speaks a word, John speaks a word that we all know. We know deep in our hearts. And it's about love. Love that holds on when the world breaks you. The kind of love that raises us up when others try to put us down. Love that looks like people standing and praising and hoping and loving God. John is the beloved disciple. And John is called that not because Jesus didn't love everyone else, of course he did, but because John let that love define his entire identity. He is the one who leans on Jesus' shoulder at the Last Supper, close enough to hear the heartbeat of God, to hear that heartbeat, that kind of intimacy. It's what our kids call, he's my ride or die. He's the one that I am with. That's not a distant God, a polite religion. That is a God who lets you get close, who loves you completely. And for our Catholic community, that speaks to deep truth. Our faith has never just been ideas in our heads. It's been a relationship that created us and carried us through the difficult times in our lives. And all of us have had these moments of pain and heartbreak. And that's what carries us through it, the love of God. And all the quiet ways that the world says it is ignoring us, God is saying, no, you're not ignored. We've survived because God loved us and would not ever let us go. John stands as a witness. When you know you're loved by Jesus, nobody can tell you that you're not nothing or you are nobody. I know I used a double negative. That's what love looks like. It looks like doing something. And in his letter, John says, dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. See, that's not a Hallmark card. That's not be nice to somebody. That's love. Love that looks like doing something. It's our grandparents who when we were young or even now would cook dinner or cook for us, cookies or bake. And in the mixture of it was her love. It is that granddad who wants to play catch with his grandchildren. And it's done because of love. John is the one who understood that love cannot be detached from action, because he knew that everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. That means God is already moving anywhere real love is happening. And so he stayed at the foot of the cross when most of the disciples had run. He stood there with Mary, looking at the broken body of Jesus, and he did not walk away. See, that is not weakness. That's courage. And it takes courage to stay and watch someone you love suffer, to stay in places of pain and not run away because it seems to be too difficult. And yet, John at the cross teaches us to don't turn away. Don't pretend it's not happening. Stand there. Tell the truth. Hold each other, because where the cross is, Christ is. The gospel tells us that when Mary Magdalene says the body of Jesus was gone, Peter and John run to the tomb. John gets there first, bends down, sees the linen cloths, and he saw and believed. Now, I want you to think about that. He saw and he believed. He doesn't see the risen Jesus yet. He just sees the signs, the empty tomb, the folded cloth, and he believes that God has done something new. Our faith is like that. So many times we have not seen the full victory yet. We've only seen signs. A child making it through college, a family friend finally owning a home, a young person leaving the streets and coming back to church. As we celebrate this day for John the Apostle and Evangelist, I want you to for a moment to imagine he's standing at the back of your parish. He's looking over your community with the love of Christ. Imagine him saying to us in a gentle but firm voice, "My little children, love one another. If you do only this, it is enough." And so, Lord, let our parish be a place where love is not just preached, but practiced. Let our Catholic witness be a light, strong, joyful, unashamed in a world that still tries to minimize hope. Let each of us in our homes and in our streets live like people who have stood at the cross and run to the empty tomb. If we live that way, as beloved, as lovers, as people of the cross and the resurrection, then St. John's feast will not just be on the calendar. It will be alive in us. And the world will see in us that love is stronger than hate, stronger than fear, stronger than death. And we can stand up and say, "Lord, what are we going to do today